Writers, please be cautious when spending your money. Hey guys, I'm Marilyn and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about the signs you should look out for before giving anyone your money. There are lots of writers who want their book to be published, who want their book to be great. So there are a lot of people to scam. It's very sad that I have to do a video on this topic, but such is the world. So first up is publishers. You should never have to pay a publisher to publish your book. If you go traditional, then a publishing company obtains a part of your copyright and they also get a big percentage of the profits on your book. That is what they receive in exchange for doing all the things that is needed to get the book published and taking on the risk. You do not have to pay them anything. A publisher gets paid when you do. Obviously, if you are self-publishing, you're going to have to put in a little bit of investment beforehand, but most of the self-publishing platforms are print on demand, which means that aside from maybe a starting fee, they also get paid when you do. In exchange for handling the publication and making the platform available, the platform will take a percentage of your book sales, which means they also get paid when you do. You don't have to pay them to publish your books. If there's a publisher asking you for money in order to publish your books, it is either just a plain scam or it is a vanity press, which is, in my opinion, basically also a scam, because they get the copyright for your book and they get your money and you get all the risk. So remember that unless you're doing self-publishing and you have to pay maybe an Ingram Spark setup fee or something like that, you should not pay a publisher to publish your book ever. Then literary agents. Once again, solid rule is that you should never pay a literary agent to read your work or take you on as a client. Agents get a percentage of your advance or royalties, so they get paid when you do. You should not have to pay an agent anything up front. If there's anything like reading fees or things like that, run away. If an agent asks you for money before the publication process, then it is a scam, or what some people call a schmagent. So don't give any literary agent your money. Then there's editors. Now this is a little bit more of a gray area, but there's still a lot of exploitation. It might not be a straight out scam, but it might not be worth your money. Now with the rise of the internet and remote working and a lot of freelance platforms, everyone and their mother have decided to become a freelance editor. There is no requirement legally for someone to advertise their services as a freelance editor, but that does not mean that you should trust them with your money and your work. So they're not necessarily running a scam or they're doing anything illegal. They are just not as qualified as you would want them to be. Now, being a writer and being a reader are vastly different from being an editor. If someone asks you for money, they are holding themselves out to be a professional, and there are certain requirements that you would want a professional editor to have. There's a specific education, specific qualifications that editors should have before they should hold themselves out as professionals asking for money. So you can be a best-selling author with an English degree and not be qualified to be an editor. They are different skills. They are specific degrees, specific qualifications, diplomas, certificates, courses that people take in order to qualify themselves as an editor, because it takes special skills and special knowledge to do so. So be sure to inquire about an editor's experience and qualifications. Now, it may be someone who is a new editor, they have the qualifications, but they don't have a lot of experience. It may be someone who doesn't have the qualifications, but they have a lot of great experience. You're going to have to decide what you want for yourself. The big thing is that they should be honest, and what they charge should be proportional to their qualifications and their experience. If you're someone who just has an English degree and you've edited maybe a few school papers, your fee should be a lot less than someone who has edited many manuscripts and who has qualified specifically as an editor. So this doesn't mean that everyone holding themselves out as an editor is putting up a scam. You just need to take all of the considerations into account and decide whether you trust this person with your work and with your money. Don't just believe that everyone calling themselves a freelance editor is worth it. Then finally, there's writing courses. There are lots of online writing courses out there teaching you about writing, about publishing, about world building, all of the wonderful things that you could possibly want to learn. Now, once again, most of these things aren't actual scams, but you have to consider that person's experience and skill level, their knowledge, before you give them your money. Some people will have very little writing and publishing experience and not be very good at what they do, putting up subpar books, but they will charge hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for a writing course to teach you how to do those things. So you have to check out that person's work, check out that person's sales. If you think that they can teach you something and that their knowledge is worth that amount of money, then go for it. Also, look at testimonials for that specific course, because a lot of the times it'll show you that the course is really just a consolidation of things you can find for free on the internet. So basically, just make sure that it's worth it before you pay. Now, obviously, there's a different level of scrutiny required for free writing advice. So when it comes to free writing advice, like YouTube, blogs, anything in that way where people who have been writing for some time or who are even just starting out or giving advice for free, with that I would recommend taking in as much as possible, because you don't have to pay anything before getting that advice. You can listen to it and then decide whether that is something that you would like to follow or not. So, don't go out calling people scammers because they have little writing experience, but they give out free writing advice. Take it or leave it, it's free. Yeah, that is it. That is my list of things to look out for before you give anyone your money. Please remember, no money to publishers, no money to agents, editors, and writing courses. Be cautious and do your research before you give anyone your money. I hope this video has helped, that you can be able to make better decisions, because it is difficult. You really want the best for your book, and you want someone who is going to put it out there, who's going to make your dreams come true. But sadly, not everyone is as pure intentioned as the writer is. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want writing advice videos every single Friday, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell if you want notifications every time I upload. As always, you can find me on my website, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. All the links are listed below, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!